Hey, we just scored this brand new Yetti Fish house. It's gonna be an awesome thing to enjoy this winter, but we need to do a little accessorizing in the house. So what I've got here is the catch cover quick disc system. These things are really slick to mount in the house for rattle reels, rod holders, cup holders. They've got some great accessories to go on these quick discs. So we're gonna get started rigging this thing out for both fishability and comfort. Pretty simple for this process. All you need is a drill bit, a Phillips bit, a tape measure, a Sharpie, and away you go. All right, so just to get started here, I'm gonna measure center of this light, which looks like that's about 12 3/4. I'm gonna come up here just a little ways, kind of eyeball a good height, 12 3/4, and right about there. And then height-wise, I'll just keep this in mind for the rest of them. About 20 inches, so we'll just keep them 12 3/4. 20. I'm just gonna pop this guy in here. Made myself a little mark there. Now I'm gonna pilot this out. And then once I've got that first one in, I'll drill the additional pilot so it kind of hangs down and it's nice and flush. So it should be good. Looks pretty good, and I'll just make sure it's as level as we want it there. All right, so I'm going to put 4 fasteners in this just because we're kind of tapping into basically just paneling here, so we'll do 4. There we go, nice and secure. That's going to sit perfectly over this hole for rattle reel fishing, and look at that. Want to relax, have a beverage. Not fish. We're just going to repeat this now. I'm going to put probably 3 more up for these center holes in here so we can fish up to 4 rattle reels at one time if we so desire. Well, there you have it. 5 minutes and a few bucks and you're set to have your fish house accessorized. And the other thing that I really like about this system is if you're fishing with rattle reels or rod holders, this stuff isn't always in the way. So if you're not fishing, you want the space in here, you can easily take these out, stick them in a cupboard and store them. The quick disc system from Catch Cover is the way to go when you're accessorizing your fish house. Keeping your rods out of harm's way in the fish house can often be a challenge, but here's a super slick solution to that. This is Catch Cover's rod rack. Now this can be mounted both vertically or horizontally, and it keeps your rods safe when they're not in use. So a great place that I like to mount this in a fish house is just above the door. So if you're hole hopping, you're going in and out, they're easy to access. You don't have to be walking around the house. So in this case, we're gonna mount it on the ceiling just in front of the door so we can reach in, reach out, grab our rods, and get to fishing. It's a pretty simple installation. Now I'm gonna put the butts of the rod up against the cover. This gives me the most length going that way. So I just wanna line it up. The butts and ice rods aren't too long, so I'm just gonna basically do a little eyeball here. The only thing I want to watch out for is the tongue and groove. So that to me looks pretty good. I'm just gonna get started with 1 hole and then I'll be able to level it out from there. Boom. It's important that you drill pilots with this system. You don't want to crack this fine wood, so make sure you drill a pilot when you're installing this system. So now look straight to me. Punch another hole and then repeat the process. All right, there you have it, a super slick system to be able to keep a half a dozen rods out of the way so you can focus on fishing. And again, coming in and out the door, you just want to grab your stick and go. What a slick way to do it. The rod rack from Catch Cover. It seems like you're always struggling in a fish house to have enough space. Every piece of surface area gets covered with clutter. Here's a really cool deal, the Catch Cover lid bracket to add some additional surface area when you're out in the house. It works great for holding your fish finder or just putting whatever stuff you've got. You just mount this to the wall. We found a little stud underneath here, mounted it up, load this thing on here, and boom, we've got another little shelf. Great if you want to put your depth finder up here or just having a little extra space. The lid bracket from Catch Cover.